Hey everybody, this is Frank and Just Brett.
What up?
Just Brett. It's just old Brett.
Just on me.
Almost sounds like disappointing. Oh, it's just Brett.
It's just him.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Okay, we're going to build one of them Survey Siphon campaigns. There are two components to Survey Siphon. There's the Survey Siphon part, and then there's this follow-up automated webinar part. We're going to focus right now on the Survey Siphon part. Before we even mess with it, we're going to get hog wild crazy.
Make a copy.
We're going to make us one of them coppers, and it would help if I actually clicked it. Apparently that makes things happen. Here we go. Okay, and I'm not going to tell you how to do anything yet before we make a copy. So this is going to be a copy of Survey Siphon, and then we'll just call it New Product. New. And if you act now, you also get New Product. Okay, and we'll click on Save, and by the time we're 73 years old and eligible for the last tiny remnants of Social Security, this will be ready. Okay, so actually that's not true. There's not going to be any Social Security by the time we're 70-something years old. That's silly. All right, so take a look at this thing. So there are several components of the Survey Siphon. We can build this thing two ways. People can opt into your list and immediately participate in the Survey Siphon, or they can be on your list already and you can bolt Survey Siphon onto an existing campaign. And that's the case. They're going to get an invite sequence of emails and so forth. First thing you got here in the good old Survey Siphon campaign is, as the name says, a survey. And there are multiple ways to create the actual survey. You can do it in Infusionsoft, or you can use an outside service like SurveyMonkey. I've run roughly 957 billion of these campaigns, and I've built it in Infusionsoft one of those times because, as you could well imagine, it's kind of a pain in the butt to build it in Infusionsoft. So I use an outside service called SurveyMonkey because it takes like 5 minutes. Their website is surveymonkey.com. You can see their pricing here. I recommend you start with a free account because by the time you're nearing 100 responses, it means you're probably selling stuff, and then you're at the point where it's worth spending the whopping $26 per month for the Select account or the Gold account for $300 entire dollars for the whole year. So let's take a look at this. Here's how you sign up for it. It's pretty simple. In fact, we'll just choose username and password, and I won't make you watch me do that. That was relatively painless and easy. And this is the thank you page that I'm seeing now. Now, of course, the minute we render this screen cam, they will change what your thank you page looks like. So if your thank you page after signing up for your account doesn't look exactly like this, that's normal. People always change the way stuff looks as they're testing their analytics. What we're going to look for is simply going to be Create Survey. That's going to be here. You could also find it over here in the main menu. No need to upgrade yet unless you just feel like it. So what we're going to do, we're going to take us to a little Create Survey page, and we're going to click on that guy right there, and we're going to wait 7,000 years. Am I supposed to click it? Actually click that? Maybe I didn't click it. There we go, and we're going to give this a name. I'll call this Survey Siphon. Actually, you know what, I'm not going to because your users might see this name. So name it something that would be okay if your users saw. So I'll call it What Would You Like to Learn? Boom, there we go. We'll select a category, which is kind of something for their own use. I'll select Other, and we'll click on Let's Go. And now what we have is the ability to start dragging stuff in here. What I like to do with this is typically ask a series of 3 questions, one of which is really going to be relevant to what I want to know. And those are almost always multiple choices. So what we'll do right here, I'm going to get rid of this little next tip thing, and we're going to add a multiple choice thing. So you can add it by dragging it. And our question is going to be, what time of day do you like to watch webinars? So this would be assuming I was wanting to, the basis of my questioning was like, hey, I'm making some new webinars and I want to know what kind of webinars you want me to make, right? So this is like just a starter question. And let's see here. I think that'll do it. So I'll click on save here. Oh, of course you have to enter an answer choice. So now I will enter 3 answers. Let's see, 11 a.m. Pacific. I'll say 3 p.m. Pacific. There we go. Or 6 p.m. Pacific. Now, personally, I don't really change anything based on what they say. I'm not really caring much about this. I prefer to do them at 11 if I'm going to do them live because it's convenient for me. I'm just wanting to get their engagement here, right? So now once we have that, we're just going to click on save. So now I'm going to add 2 more multiple choice questions. One is going to be the main question. Come on, let me drag it over here. There we go. One's going to be the main question, and I won't make you watch me type all this stuff in here. But the main question is really the main piece of data that I want to get from them. So hang on. I've just selected 3 potential topics here, and these are all topics, incidentally, that are going to be related to the thing that I'm selling. So if I were selling mass conversion, I might say how to create lead magnets that convert best, how to create automated sales sequences, and how to I even paused it for a minute. I totally blanked out on what was in my own course. The third choice would be like how to write copy that converts or something, right? So if I were selling mass conversion, I would have all of these as topics. Therefore, I'm going to be able to use any of them no matter which one wins, right? So now it's time. This is our main one. This is the most important one. Now it's time just to add one more that is I don't want to say it's irrelevant, but it is not as important. So the next one is going to be this one right here. And I usually like to ask them something like, what kind of devices do you use to watch? And I'll tell you why I do that in a minute. First of all, I'll go ahead and build this question for you without making you watch it. Hang on. These seem like pretty good questions here. So the third would be, what device do you watch your webinars on? My phone, a tablet, or I see them in my mind perpetually after taking Meskcoin. All right, so, and that happens. A lot of our users would give that response, I'm pretty sure. Maybe some of you guys right now as you're watching this. And I don't want to point fingers, but I'm pretty sure, well, we'll just leave it there. Okay, so we're almost done. What we're going to do is I want to pause for a second. I don't want to pause the video, but I just want to pause the creation of this thing, because even though we're building it, we need a place for them to go when they are done. So if we go back over here to the campaign, what we've got built in is going to be a liquidator offer. Is, let's say they take the survey, they're either going to opt in and then see the survey, or they're coming from their list. After they take the survey, we want to sell them something, right? So part of the strategy of the survey siphon is to say, hey, look, it's a little bit early, but it looks like just from our first respondents so far, people want to learn about junk, and the second runner-up is things, and stuff isn't nearly as popular. And then we go into a pitch about something related to junk and things, and then try to sell something, right? That's part of the overall strategy. So with that said, we have 2 choices. We can make that video sales letter display immediately after they complete the survey. If you want to do that, you're going to have to upgrade to the whopping $26 a month plan. If you don't want to do it, we have it built into the campaign to simply send them an email linking to that VSL mere minutes after they complete the survey. So either way, you're covered. Let me show you really quickly how to do it if you want to upgrade. What you do is you click on Collect Responses over here. This is so non-intuitive, so it's such a pain in the butt. So after you're done with your survey, you click on Collect Responses, and we wait 7 years for the internet to pull this thing up right here. Okay. I've already done this, so what you will see is you'll have the ability to collect it through different things. You're going to want to select web link, and this is what you see. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click here to edit that, and we will go right here, and you will paste in the thank you page, which is your VSL. That's how you do that. If you don't want to do that, then what you will have done is just clicked on Collect Responses, then selected web link, and this is now the link to your survey right here. So if you want to see what our survey looks like, it's beautiful. So what I have done right now is I have not created a custom thank you page. So when people complete the survey, they're just going to be taken to the generic SurveyMonkey page, right? And that's great. And either way is fine. So if you don't want to upgrade for 26 bucks, this is what your people are going to see. So here's what you need to do is you need to take that link, what we just had right here. I'll show you how to get it again. Whoops, I had you on the wrong page. That's something else. All right, so what you want to do is here's how to get it. You're back at your survey. We'll just go straight from the beginning here, how to get your link. So we have created the questions. They are beautiful. Here it is. I'll open this thing that we just built. And what we're going to do is we're just going to click on a tab that says Collect Responses. Now you're going to see these tabs while you're building it. You can do that then or after you built it. It doesn't really matter. All we're going to do, click on Collect Responses, wait 752 years. You'll have an option. I've already selected Web Link, so you'll have an option to get it for email and buy responses and all this. Just click on Web Link and you'll get this. So once you've done that, you click that and you get your little link here. And we're just going to want to copy this link. So before we do anything, what we're going to do is we're going to roll over here into your survey siphon and we're going to go to your campaign links and we are simply going to insert this link into, come on baby, into right here where it says survey link. So we'll simply click on edit and I'll paste your link there. All right, so now we will hit save. So now what we have is we have two things. We have something that will go, come on, internet. We have a link to now be used here. So if they're already on your list, we want to mail them and say, hey, go take this survey. We've inserted the link that's going to drive them to the actual survey, which is right. All right. And then we also have a link to be used right here. So remember, this campaign can be used to run to your existing list. It can also be used as something to gather people immediately. So before we do anything, I'm also going to create that survey as the thank you page of your opt-in form if you want to use this from cold traffic. So this is like an option, but hey, if you want to do it, we can do it, right? So we'll go to web address and click on URL here, and I will go back to the campaign. So this means we can now run traffic and say, hey, come take this survey. They enter their name and email address, then they're taken to the survey, and then they're taken to the little VSL process. Or they can have already been on their list, and we can say, hey, go take the survey, and they're in the campaign, right? So we have now gotten to the first phase. Our next stage is we want to create the VSL page that sells them offer number one, and then do the rest of the campaign. So I'm going to end this video here, and then we will resume with how to do the next steps.